Hello there, good evening. Welcome to Look North. Our top story tonight. Anger in Catcliffe as residents say they bought their homes after they were told it wouldn't flood again.
I feel like I need to go in hospital and lock myself away because I feel like going mad. I'm really going mad.
And we'll hear from businesses in Chesterfield too on how Storm Babette has destroyed their livelihoods. Also tonight, the £1 million plan to create a wildlife haven and try out nature-friendly farming techniques in the Peak District.
I'm going to buy a nice house for me and my family.
The late Kay Mellor's hit TV show The Syndicate is adapted for the stage. We're talking to Kay's daughter Gaynor. And we salute Owen, volunteering 5 days a week in a Sheffield charity shop at the age of 82.
And how lucky was South Yorkshire today? This was Cawthorne near Barnsley this morning. Not a cloud in the sky, but there is more rain on the way. Join me for the very latest.
Hello, thanks for your company this evening. There's anger among residents affected by the flooding in South Yorkshire caused by Storm Babette. Residents in Catcliffe, near Rotherham, claim they were told they could buy their homes here as it was unlikely to flood ever again. In 2007, much of the village was left underwater, forcing hundreds of people out of their homes. But there is a small lifeline today. Rotherham Council has announced a council tax holiday and a grant of £350 for any properties that were affected. Abigiola has sent this report from Catcliffe.
The contents of Valerie's flooded house are only fit for the skip. She's unemployed and couldn't afford contents insurance for the home she rents.
It's put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me and I cannot cope. I don't know, I feel like I need to go in hospital and lock myself away because I feel like going mad. I'm really going mad.
Oh my God.
Marcella was rescued from just around the corner on Saturday. She's now living in a hotel until her insurers find a rental property.
I am very anxious and I'm really scared because all our lives are upside down. I don't know where I'm gonna be, where I'm gonna be living, if my daughter gonna have the security we have in here.
It could be a year before this house is habitable.
So all furnitures were upside down. This one was up here with the wall and my work desk. Sofa was in that corner. Somehow the water have so much power to turn everything round and upside down.
When Marcella bought her home 4 years ago, she was told there would be no repeat of the flooding from 2007.
It was an easy decision because I knew there was flooding here before, but we've been promised, like all locals been promised, it won't happen again. And I got the insurance, so I thought if I get the insurance, that means I'm safe.
Rob lives next door with his wife. He's waiting for his insurers to assess the damage.
This sofa was up to that radiator.
He only moved in last year and says he was also told flooding wouldn't be a problem.
Spent millions and millions of pounds, Rotherham Council, trying to put a flood defence, which has not actually happened. Some questions need asking, and we need to know why it's happened and what they're going to do about it.
Rotherham Council are out in force today with skips and staff to clear homes and offer housing advice. But what people want most are answers.
I want to know why it's happened again. Obviously, the river going again. This should have been stopped. We've had flood defences and, work being done on there, so I don't understand how it's happened once again.
I wasn't here in 2007, but that's no excuse. And, actually, if people feel that way, then those questions need to be answered ultimately. The council does have a legal duty in terms of properly investigating the flooding and make sure that we understand what's happened and actually how we might work with our partners, such as the Environment Agency, to try and prevent such an issue occurring again.
Residents just want to know if it is safe to live here, and if not, what is going to be done to protect them in the future. Abby Jaola, BBC Look North, Catcliffe.
Such a mess, those homes, aren't they? And you can see it's not just homeowners that have been affected by the floods that hit our region at the end of last week. Shops have also been inundated. And traders in Chesterfield say they don't know when they'll be able to reopen. Our reporter Heidi Tomlinson is in the town tonight at a fundraising event being held at the Lifehouse Church. This must be really welcomed for so many people, Heidi.
Oh, it is, Amy, and the church here has really become a hub for all of those who've been forced out of their homes and unexpectedly seen their kitchen, their bathrooms destroyed. So there's a space here for them to get together, sit down, have a chat, exchange stories, and also tonight some hot food, a chickpea curry, samosas and rice that's provided by this charity that's come all the way from Coventry. It's also a celebration this evening because the church here have raised more than £50,000 for those people who need money the most at the moment. And on a practical level, they're providing cleaning, buckets of cleaning things, gloves, cloths, disinfectant, bleach, exactly what the flood victims need right now. And today I've been talking to businesses about their stories of how Storm Babette affected them over the weekend. The devastating consequence of torrential rain in Chesterfield. Businesses are beginning to count the cost of wrecked furniture and sodden stock. So the showroom's ruined, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nothing could prepare me for the effects of a flood, and I never realised it would be like this from water. This is the first time that we've switched the electrics on, so alarm systems are going off and all sorts at the minute. I never realised the drastic events of a flood and how long things take to dry out. I did say to someone the other day, it probably would have been better it burning down. At least you can rebuild it quickly.
As it stands, the showroom can't be touched until insurance assessors have been in. And it's so slippy in here. There's a thick sludge over all the surfaces, but I just wanted to show you this. A heavy ornamental elephant which was positioned by the front doors. It's floated down the length of the showroom, carried by the force of the water.
I don't think we're going to be open on Tuesday.
Admitting defeat at a newly opened cafe which was full of customers when the flood took everyone by surprise. At Northern Tea Merchants, the clean-up is underway. Stock was moved upstairs, but it's impossible to open a cafe without a kitchen.
All of the wood's damaged. Obviously there is a lot of wood in here, but all of that's damaged. The kitchen appliances are damaged. We've lost fridges, we've lost a freezer, a dishwasher. Everything's just flooded with water. You know, you think you've got on top of it, the mud just comes back.
Whoa. Off the shopping strip, a row of terraces. Dirty flood water rushed down this residential street, scuppering house sales in a matter of hours.
We had sold the house to a local guy. He obviously has now pulled out the sale, and we've just got it all finished, new kitchen, new bathroom, ready to go. And he's pulled out because he had a drive down, and, well, you've seen the videos, gushing down.
This is Chatsworth Road. It's a real vibrant mix of both residential and businesses.
Most of the retail outlets here have insurance. The problem will be managing cash flow.
It's a long journey, isn't it? From being knee-high in water to starting trading again. Contact your Chamber of Commerce. They will signpost you to all the support that's available. But of course, you know, this is about immediately getting businesses and communities, of course residents, in touch with those support mechanisms that can help them immediately right now, because that's what they need.
For now, tipping on salvageable items is a priority in preparation for a thorough clean, but it'll be a while before these sludgy surfaces gleam again. It's been an exceptionally challenging time here in Chesterfield, and the church has taken it upon itself to pick up the pieces for those people who've been forced out of their homes. Well, here we have Pastors Paul and Sarah. How do you do that then? How do you start helping people start again?
Yeah, I guess on Friday we just rose to the challenge in the sense of the church was just full of people that were just freezing cold and soaking wet, and we just brought them in and just kind of tried to be the hands and feet, I guess, and just tried to help them. But obviously as a community, everything is devastated. Homes of, downstairs of homes have just been lost. And so as a church, we've gathered together as a community and we've helped them move, furniture out of the homes to get rid of it. We've helped them clean. We've had teams going in to clean. We've provided cleaning products and things like that.
So if we've been on the street today, we've seen just the whole contents of people's homes just sat outside.
Yeah, it's devastating.
It came as a real shock, didn't it, Pastor Paul?
Oh yeah, there was no indication this was going to happen, so there was no plan in place. We just literally, we just headed into it. We thought, what do we do next? Every day we've woke up, we've devised a new plan, and I guess the success of it is that people are being helped, and that's all our intention as a local church is to do, is just to help people and be there on the ground to do what we can. So. No plan in place. We're just making it up. Everything you see tonight, everything that's been going on this week is just the church in motion, I guess, just being part of the community.
And the church appeal has been so successful.
Yeah, so we launched a flood appeal to help the people, because most of the people don't have any insurance for the contents. So we launched an appeal, and within just a few days we've already reached a £50,000 target. So we've upped the target now, and it's just so encouraging for the people that have lost everything to see that everybody's coming on board to help them.
Well done. Thanks ever so much. Well, the church have pledged to continue accepting those donations and distributing them to those who need it most in the next few weeks.
What a great job they're doing, Heidi. Thank you. We heard them touch there on the fund to help people who haven't got any insurance. So what does the impact of the latest flooding have on insurance costs for those who were covered? Malcolm Tarling is from the Association of British Insurers. I asked him if premiums were likely to go up if people make claims on their insurance.
7 years ago, we saw this being increasingly a problem. So we worked with the government to set up a scheme, it's called Flood Re, that enables people to get affordable flood cover who might otherwise struggle to do so. And if you want more details of that, talk to your current insurance company and they should be able to help you and tell you how it operates.
Some of them have told us that they're paying thousands of pounds just to make a claim in the first place. For many, that's just unaffordable, isn't it?
Flood insurance claims are expensive. They can typically be anything between £20,000 and £40,000. So it's distressing, of course, but it is also a very expensive business for any insurance company to deal with. Flooding is not the only risk that your insurance policy covers you for. You've got risks such as burglary and subsidence. So these are other risks that insurance companies are also pricing for.
Are there different levels of cover for businesses? We're hearing of some that have just opened and now they've lost everything.
There are special schemes available through the British Insurance Brokers Association who should be able to put you in contact with a specialist broker in your area that can help you arrange insurance cover. And for the cover that businesses have, they should have cover against the flood risk, and many will have cover if they need to hire alternative business premises whilst their flooded properties are being dried out and repaired.
Malcolm Tarling, thank you. Next tonight we have some breaking news for you. A man has been arrested by police in connection with an incident in Dewsbury. Tom Ingle is here with the latest. What can you tell us, Tom?
Amy, we understand the pictures I'm about to show you were recorded on South Street in Dewsbury. Just a warning, you will find them shocking. They're going to show you what appears to be a woman standing under an umbrella. A man comes running across the road before throwing a small paving slab at her, and afterwards you can see her holding the side of her head, the slab on the floor, people coming to help her, and the man just appears to turn and walk away. Now, the timestamp on the video suggests this is yesterday at 12:30. We haven't been able to verify that. It is absolutely shocking, isn't it? West Yorkshire Police tell us they have seen the video. They have arrested a 57-year-old man on suspicion of assault. One piece of good news, they don't think the woman was seriously injured, but their inquiries are ongoing.
Shocking video, Tom, thank you. An ambulance service has apologised to a family who had to wait 72 minutes for paramedics to reach a 44-year-old woman who later died from a stroke. Jazbe Bahal was teaching assistant from Huddersfield. She died in November last year after suffering a massive stroke in the early hours of Sunday morning. Her inquest at Wakefield Coroner's Court heard a Yorkshire Ambulance Service was under severe pressure at the time. An ambulance manager denied any missed opportunity led to the delay. The inquest will conclude at a later date. North Yorkshire Police have put out a warning to parents and carers after reports children as young as 12 were being supplied with vapes spiked with drugs. Officers seized 18 bottles of vape liquid earlier this month and have confirmed they contain the illegal synthetic drug Spice. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested on suspicion of possession with intent to supply Class B drugs. Next this evening, Sheffield and Rotherham Wildlife Trust needs to raise more than £1 million to buy farmland on the edge of Sheffield and make it a haven for biodiversity. Now, the plan is to encourage even more wildlife to make their home there and adapt nature-friendly farming practices. The Wildlife Trust needs to raise the money by the end of next month to secure the land at Ugg Hill Farm. Here's Mark Ansell.
Ugg Hill Farm is vast upland on the edge of Sheffield, just inside the Peak District. It's the size of 160 football pitches and is already a haven for wildlife. But if the Sheffield and Rotherham Wildlife Trust can buy the land, they'll turn it into a nature-friendly farm with cattle and sheep grazing the land.
So we've got curlew and lapwing that are feeding on the site, but we'd really like them to be nesting on here. It's just working in harmony with nature. We don't want to be bringing in chemicals and fertilisers or too many livestock. It's about getting the levels of livestock right, using some traditional farming practices like hair cutting, and as I say, just manage the land in harmony with nature to both produce food and support local wildlife.
Have a look at the field behind me. This side has been intensively farmed. Contrast that view with this side. Now, this is the site of Ugg Hill Farm, and this, the Trust say, is exactly the type of landscape, wild landscape, which will help encourage nature to thrive. The new post-Brexit subsidy scheme will mean farmers will be paid for environmental work and sustainable ways of food production, rather than for how much land they each own. The Wildlife Trust is hoping Ugg Hill Farm will show farmers how it can be done.
There's a lot of uncertainty at the minute, and I think farmers are rightly worried about what's happening. They're starting to see a reduction in their payments. They're a bit worried about what's going to happen into the future. So we're really hoping that they'll start to take up some of the new environmental payments, which means they'll be paid to farm, thinking about nature, thinking about wildlife a lot more. And so that's why this farm will really help us to demonstrate that.
The Wildlife Trust already leases the land and volunteers are rebuilding the boundary so the site is secure, ready for grazing animals.
Join the call of the curlew and help secure Ugg Hill Farm for the future.
But to buy Ugg Hill Farm, they need to raise £1.2 million. Mark Ansell, BBC Look North, Ugg Hill in Sheffield.
What a beautiful setting that is. Let's take a look at last night's football now. There were heavy defeats for Huddersfield, Bradford City, Doncaster and Harrogate. But Barnsley were our saviours. The Reds managed a thumping 3-0 win over Shrewsbury. Herbie Kane's penalty was followed quickly by a second from Callum Stiles. And Devante Cole stopped things off with a goal in the second half. Brilliant stuff from Barnsley. The Reds stay third in the League One table. Now, when Kay Mellor wrote The Syndicate in 2012, she didn't just create a hit TV drama, but something of a family dynasty. Her daughter, Gaynor Faye, starred in one of the series, and now she's stepping into her mum's shoes to direct a stage version of the story about lottery winners. It was a show that Kay was working on before she died 18 months ago. Let's remind ourselves of that brilliant series.
Choose your numbers. What's your name?
Jamie Bradley. Stuart Bradley.
Denise Simpson. What are you spending money on, Stuart? How about charity? I was just ordered 2 Ferraris.
He's joking. I'm going to buy a nice house for me and my family.
What's your name, look?
Leanne.
Leanne what?
Leanne.
There'll be an official press statement. And who picked the numbers?
Me.
And your Denise. Was it family birthdays or?
That's right, yeah.
So, what are you going to spend your money on, Denise?
Trying to get my husband back.
And Gaynor is with us. So good to see you, Gaynor.
Oh, you too, darling.
I can't believe that was 11 years ago, you know. It feels so relevant, doesn't it? The subject of the lottery, the cost of living crisis. Your mum was so good at writing about real issues that affect real people.
Yeah, that's what she wanted. I mean, she loved people, you know, she's a real people person. And so for her, you know, you watch that and you just go, that's like now, you know, it's not dated at all. And that's why we're bringing it to the stage.
So Syndicate, the stage version.
Yeah.
It must be really special for you to bring your mum's work to life, because she was working on this, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was really, really excited about this. We'd done a workshop. She loved the series one, because we've done 4 series. So the series with the 2 brothers, she just could see it like, like a Willie Russell, Blood Brothers kind of thing. And yeah, and so I was lucky enough to sit in the workshop with her, and I was assisting her at the time. So I've got a real clear view of her vision and what she wanted, and just to bring it to Leeds, to the Grand, another world premiere, because she's had like Band of Gold there and Blackburn's the musical. So to actually bring another one of her shows and her last play will be just a dream come true for her. And, it's great for me to be able to fulfil that legacy.
Now, your mum was a real perfectionist, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She told it straight. Are you feeling the pressure here because you're taking on the directing role here?
Yeah, oh gosh.
Is she on your shoulder going,
oh, yeah.
Don't do it like that,
in my ear, no. I know exactly what she would love to appear, how she would envisage it. So, yeah, I always had a shortcut with my mum, so that's why we used to write together. I knew what she was thinking, and knew what she was feeling. She couldn't really hide anything from me, and I don't think I could from her. So, yeah, so I'm quite confident that I'll be able to get her vision across on stage.
Your mum had such a huge body of work. What's it been like navigating through all that?
Well, just, a day in my mum's shoes is exhausting. It's really... It's incredible, she was writing lots of things, and so we really want to fulfil those projects, and so I've kind of taken the steer with that, and Roland's carrying on. We've got a great team, and we're totally confident that we can fulfil her wishes there, and with the stage play too. So yeah, she was a playwright, a screenwriter, a director, a mother, a wife, a grandma, a dog walker. Yeah, just so many, a producer, and but yeah, had time for everybody.
So this is her last stage show. Yeah. Is there more work to come that your mum created?
So we have, various other things, other projects. Not stage. This is the only one of the stage productions that she wrote and was excited to get on. And then there's some TV things, and there's film ideas, and there's quite a few little things. Well, not little things, big things. But no, they're still in progress.
Your mum would be so proud of you doing this, Gaynor.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm so proud of her, and always will be, so I just want to give something back and do something for her.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you. I can't wait for you to come.
So like her mum, isn't she? The Syndicate goes on tour across the UK from April to July next year. It's visiting Leeds, Sheffield and Bradford. Now, finally tonight, an 82-year-old charity shop volunteer from Barnsley has been nominated for a national award. Owen Graham works at least 5 days a week at the Sense store in Hillsborough in Sheffield. He organises the books, the CDs, operates the till, fixes broken stock. Sounds like we need him round here. Olivia Richwald has been to meet him.
We've got everything up to date. Books are sold a lot this morning, so...
Owen Graham spent 55 years of his working life making spectacles for customers in Barnsley. His second career as a charity shop volunteer began about 4 years ago, initially to combat loneliness after his wife died.
Well, it's keeping me active. I mean, if I'm at home, I'd just sit and go to sleep, which is not good for anybody. So I come here and I talk to everybody. They talk to me, so I'm happy with that. Keeps me busy. It's a good job. I enjoy it. And while I enjoy it, I shall carry on doing it.
Shop manager Dawn thinks Owen is simply marvellous, and not just because he's her dad.
If I'd let him, he'd come 7 days a week, right, just to fill his time up. And because he feels comfortable and he feels valued here.
What would you do without your dad in this shop?
We'd be lost without him, honestly. We'd be lost without him because he just gives 100% to everything that he does.
Owen works the till, trains new volunteers and organises all the books, CDs and DVDs.
They're all in alphabetical order.
Oh, are they? And who sorts that out?
Me. And try to keep it that way.
What do you do when people come along and mess them up? Customers come along and mess them up?
When I find them, I put them back where they belong. It's a full-time job.
The charity Sense helps support thousands of people who are deaf-blind or have complex disabilities, and this is one of more than 100 charity shops around the country. Now Owen has been nominated as Volunteer of the Year.
It's been absolutely fantastic with all the volunteers, training them up and showing them where to put things.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Puts 100% in. He's here all the time. Every time I come in, he's in behind till or something. Works really hard.
That one's been round our shop about a dozen times.
Owen's dedication doesn't end when the shop closes. He also fixes broken toys and watches at home in the evenings. Olivia Richwald, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
And I bet he could turn his hand to weather forecasting as well. He looks like a man who can turn his hand to anything.
Anybody can do this job. You flap your arms around and make it up. Right, can I show you this fantastic picture here? Because this is from Conningley, looking all the way down the Aire Valley. Look at that beautiful fog in the valley bottom. There was a bit of sunshine there. Actually, South Yorkshire's done the best for sunshine today. And the next picture is something similar. It's taken from Marsden. You can see Castle Hill there, Huddersfield down there, just the mist and fog in the valley bottoms, but there's been some beautiful sunshine. Like I say, you've been lucky if you've been in South Yorkshire in particular. North Yorkshire's not fared as well. If you've got any pictures, Twitter, Instagram or the Weather Watcher website, send them to me. I'll put them on the telly tomorrow night. So the headline tomorrow, it's not very inspiring. Again, it's overcast and we're going to see more rain heading in from the southwest, and it's really an awful looking chart. We've got this feature here that might bring some rain up from the southwest later on Friday. There's going to be some fog where the wind falls light. The weekend looks very messy. There could be some longer spells of rain, more especially Saturday night into Sunday morning. And really, we're going to keep low pressure dominating right into the first half of November too. Now there's a satellite, the radar picture should I say. The next rain band's just only coming across Cornwall, Devon and South Wales, so it's got a long way to come. So I think apart from a little patchy rain towards the coast at the moment, it's dry. Where you've got some decent cloud breaks, there could be some mist and fog for a time before the breeze picks up and we see that cloud heading in from the southwest. Temperatures around 6 or 7 degrees. So tomorrow's high water times in Scarborough at 2:33, Bridlington at 2:54. So I think tomorrow morning just about off to a dry start, but rain knocking on the door of the Pennines first thing. We'll see that rain spreading up from the southwest, 1 or 2 heavy bursts in there. Bit of a clearance coming in to central and western parts, but you can see that rain really does hang on towards the coast. Those greens indicate potentially some very heavy rain towards the coast for more eastern parts of our region. Temperatures around 12 or 13. That's average for this time of the year. Friday then, mist and fog slow to clear, perhaps brighter later, and it stays unsettled as far as the eye can see. That's the forecast, Amy.
Ugh, at least it's nice for trick-or-treating night.
Oh, is that Tuesday,
the
Halloween?
Kids will be
Brilliant.
pleased. No more soggy pumpkins. That is it from us, Tom Ingle, with your late news. Bye-bye.